Hi there YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I could hardly wait to do this video because I managed to get my hands on the latest Tom Ford eye palette yesterday evening, and although it was briefly a beautiful sunny day here in London first thing this morning, that was only sunny at the wrong side of my flat, i.e. not where I do any of my filming, which only gets the afternoon sun. And lo and behold, there has been no sun at all today, and I'm out tomorrow. So I figured if I was going to film this at all, it's going to have to be in early evening, fairly gloomy light. So sorry about that. It's not going to show the palette off at its full glory, although they are fairly muted shades, but I wanted to get this filmed and up reasonably quickly because looking on YouTube, there don't seem to be many video reviews of this product at all. Maybe that reflects the fact that I think most YouTube videos for beauty products are perhaps more geared to a younger market that don't buy Tom Ford because, let's face it, they are expensive products. But in more mature circles, certainly bloggers, there's been kind of a frenzy for this palette, particularly in America, where it was released a couple of days ago, a week ago, and I know sold out in some places. There doesn't seem to be that kind of frenzy here in the UK, but I kind of got myself into a panic when I heard it was released because of what I'd read about what happened in the US. Rushed to get mine last night at Selfridges. Anyway, more of that anon. You want to look at the palette. I have two comparisons to show you, but this is the famous palette itself. It's called number 3 Nude Dip. I don't know where the numbers come from because I'm pretty sure they have another number 3. But here it is. You know the format. Comes with the little brown kind of velveteen pouch to keep it reasonably unscratched in your handbag. It doesn't work. Comes with two little applicators, which I can't get out, which is still in their cellophane. I don't tend to use these, but they're not bad as palette applicators go. But what we're really interested in is, of course, the product, which seems to have a double cellophane on this time. So here it is. I was very, very excited about this palette, and I'm very pleased with it. The reason I was particularly excited about this is because it's one of the wet-dry formulas, which Tom Ford eye palettes generally aren't. They're only the limited editions that you can use wet and dry. And I have two of the previous wet and dry ones, which were released in 2012, around this time, fall. One is called Emerald Lust, which is some beautiful greens. I have it. I very rarely use it because they're such dramatic colours. The other one is this one, which is called Enchanted, number 1. Maybe that's why this is number 3. Maybe Emerald Lust was number 2. Need to check that out. Anyway, here's Enchanted. It is, and you will know this if you have watched any of my videos because I'm always going on about it, it is without doubt my favourite palette, not just from Tom Ford, but from anywhere, from anyone. It is my most treasured eye makeup. I love this palette. It is the one that I turn to when I want to be absolutely sure that I've got the eye makeup that I want. I always take it with me on holiday. I use it for special occasions. I use it a lot. And one thing to notice about it is I have had it since autumn 2012. And although it's well used, you can see there's a huge amount of product still left. In that brown colour, I tend not to use the darker shades as much. And I use that one mainly for outlining my eye only, going over pencil eyeliner. The TF is still actually visible, and even the two colours that I use the most, these two, barely a dent in them. And I emphasise that because Tom Ford products are horrendously expensive. These palettes now retail at £63 in the UK, which is an unconscionable amount of money to spend on eye makeup. But it can be said that they last for ages and ages. So let's compare the two, shall we? I knew that they were going to be fairly similar, and that was not something that put me off. I knew that I love Enchanted so much that there's a possibility that I might love Nude Dip even more. I don't know whether that's going to be true or not. Two of the colours I think are quite similar, and they're these two diagonal ones that I love the most in Enchanted, and I like them a lot in Nude Dip as well. Let's have a look at Nude Dip. Generally, we have got in Tom Ford palettes the highlight colour, and here this is quite a goldeny champagne. Great payoff, buttery soft, like it a lot. It's a much stronger highlight colour than the comparable, much more silvery, equally buttery, slightly less luminescence to it, much sort of, chalky's the wrong word because that sounds uncomplimentary about the formula, but far less sheen than this one. So, liking them both at the moment, liking this one maybe a bit more, Nude Dip. Then a very, very beautiful rosy gold. Now it's showing more goldy gold, a bit warmer than the highlight there. Looks a bit more rosy on the eyelid. Compare it with this peachy colour that I just absolutely love. Is softer, but they're very, very, very similar on the eyes, and I love that shade there. It really makes this palette for me. So very pleased about those. Then this taupe down here. Oh, gorgeous consistency. Now a beautiful complex metallic taupe there. Really liking that. It's going to be a great warhorse shade, wearable any day. Compare it to the one in Enchanted, which I also like and use a lot. It's more metallic. There's definitely more sheen, and I'm okay with that. I like me a bit of metallic. I don't like glitter, even though Tom Ford does that well, but chrome, metallic, something else altogether. So if anything, preferring this one to this one if possible. I'm preferring this one to this one. These two kind of tying. And then the darker accent shade, by far the most matte of these shades, although there is still shimmer in it, kind of reddy shimmer. It's a fairly neutral but leaning towards warm brown. Compare that with the far more plummy aubergine, much darker, of the original Enchanted. Again, I like them both. I think probably the Enchanted wins a little bit for me, although this may be a more wearable shade. So they're all fantastic, pigmented, just glorious, sheeny colours. Now, I haven't tried wet yet because I've been trying to get decent photographs of the palette before I go in with a wet brush, and so I will update you about that in due course. But at the moment, I am loving this palette. I haven't worn it on the eyes properly. I have tried them yet because I was trying out something else today. So I will be updating you about that, but I just wanted to show you, give you some initial impressions. If you're interested, the other one that these are said to be a bit like is Orchid Haze number 13 from the permanent collection, which is that one. I don't think they're that similar, I have to say. And of course, these are not the same formulation. But Orchid Haze is a nice neutral palette as well. But yeah, very, very pleased. Now, what's the situation in the UK? Selfridges have the palettes in stock. They also have the new lipsticks, the new nail polish, which I can show you because I also got that. It's called Black Cherry, and it's very, very black. A hint of red, but very, very black. Can't wait to get this on the nails, but I haven't worn it yet, so can't tell you much about that. I've been lucky with Tom Ford formulas so far, but I haven't got many of the nail polishes. They've also got, what have I told you? They've got the lipsticks, 2 shades. They've got the blush and highlight combined palettes, 2 shades. They didn't have any testers of that, so I wasn't able to test that out yet. They've got the mascara, the concealer, the primer, and of course the new foundations. So certainly in at Selfridges. I don't know if they're in at Harrods. I think they're in at Harvey Nicks as well. Not necessarily on display, you have to ask, but they're there. There doesn't seem to be the frenzy to get them that there's been in the United States. I don't think they've been marketed quite as aggressively. So I wouldn't hang about, particularly for the palette if you want it, but you know, you don't have to go berserk as I did, panicked by the tales I'd heard from New York and Los Angeles, where it's been sold out before it's hit the counters. That doesn't seem to be happening over here. But anyway, I'm glad I've got mine, and I will be telling you more about them, absolutely no doubt, in my favourites video when I've had a chance to try out the palette a little more. Anyway, I hope that if you've got your eye on this, you manage to get one. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you love sophisticated neutrals, because this is in a whole different ballpark from, you know, Naked One and all that. I won't say the naughty word, but one of the most overhyped palettes in my view. This is the real deal. So good luck, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.